All right, addicts. We are here live with Patrick Kennison from Heaven Below. Patrick, how you doing, brother?
Doing great. Burning it up out here on the West Coast.
Sweet, man, sweet. Let's talk a little bit about Heaven Below, man. How long you guys been together? When did you first meet?
Well, we've had a few lineup changes, but we like to say we established the whole thing in 2010. I kind of had the band started before that, off to a few false starts, but my boy John is on bass. He's from San Antonio, Texas, where I'm from. And we got Jesse on guitar, who's from out here in LA. And we are figuring out the next drummer. So we've been I like to say we've been kicking it since 2010 officially.
Cool, man, cool. Now, how'd you guys come up with the name Heaven Below?
I had written some songs before I had the band, and one of the lyrics says Heaven Below in it. It was a song called The Laughing Dead. I didn't even know if it was for a band or what it was. I just wrote it. And my friends, a bunch of people were like, man, that's so cool in that one part where you say Heaven Below. And I was like, yeah, it's just a lyric, you know. And they're like, well, why don't you call the band Heaven Below? I said, well, I want to call it The Laughing Dead. And I thought Laughing Dead was cool for about a week, and then I went back and took my friend's advice and called it Heaven Below. And I guess everybody kind of interprets it as their own meaning. Some people are like, oh, bro, it's sex. It's a girl. She got the heaven below. And other people try to get all religious. And the truth is, I don't care. Man, whatever people want to think it is, you know. What the hell is what's a Judas Priest, you know?
Right, right. Well, tell us about how you write your songs, man. Is it a one-person effort? Is it a group effort?
It mostly starts with me. Jesse did do some co-writes with me on Falling From Zero. Lately, I've been really getting into lyrics. In my old bands, I just played guitar and just did the backups, even if I would write songs. And so I'll just draw lyrics from personal experience, movies. I love watching movies, and I get into a character, and I'll go home and write a song, you know, pretending I'm in the mindset of whatever character, and that's usually how stuff comes out. You know, it's not always about me, but I'm kind of new I'm new at fronting the band, so that's still a new thing to me. So I feel like I'm 16 years old when I'm playing, because I've only been fronting a band since 2010.
Cool. Well, now, how would you describe your music to people?
Audio orgasm. It's definitely heartfelt. You know, we don't really sing about partying and boozing it up, even though there is some fun stuff. I would describe it as just hard-hitting and emotional, you know, without being pretentious. I always tell the guys, let's just make sure it sounds natural. Let's not try to look like we're taking a formula that we saw and trying to apply that. You know, it's not dubstep. It's not whatever flavor might be in. We just write it like, you know, we just play it like we love it, you know.
Cool. Now, you guys play a lot of live shows. What would you say are the best and the worst things about playing the gigs?
Oh, man, let's see. Well, of course, live, we just, our minds are blown when people show up to see us. I mean, just because it's hard in this day and age to build a following, because there's so much, people are inundated on the computer and there's music everywhere, so you really got to stand out. So the number one thing is the awareness blows us away. You know, when Countdown to Devil came out, we got it to number 1 on TradeVit. It got top 20 on Amazon. We got Daylight Dies up to the top 20 on the Music Choice, and those things blow us away. We're like, how are we even doing that without a big record label? So those are the things that stick out. The stuff that pisses us off, you know, sometimes we see other bands that we don't necessarily think are worthy, and we know that they have a $100,000 budget behind their commercial that you see on Fuse Network or whatever.
Right. And
that gets frustrating, but I tell the guys, you know, bands like Metallica came up by just doing what they wanted, and then the mainstream came to them, as opposed to the band came to the mainstream to show everybody how great they were. I would like to think that Heaven Below is that kind of band, where the mainstream hopefully one day will come to us, and if that happens, it'll be on our terms.
Cool, man. I think they're on their way, man. You guys kick ass.
Thanks.
Now, how about the strangest gig you ever played?
Oh, man. Let me see. We got a lot of them because we've done 5 tours on our own, and we've played some places in the Midwest. some beer taverns where some strange people come out, and and usually what we'll do, maybe some broken down looking lady will come up, and we'll try to set her up with one of the band members as a joke, and we'll even capture and put it on our YouTube channel. We have our little tour diaries on our YouTube channel. It's YouTube Heaven Below Music, and there's some strange people out there, but I love it.
Cool, man, cool. Now, the first song I want to play is When Daylight Dies. Tell us a little something about it.
Let me see. My good buddy Ben Moody produced it. You know him from Evanescence and We Are the Fallen, and he's a huge songwriter. And just to have somebody involved with the band is amazing like that. Once again, why would anybody want to work with us? And yet, they have. The song lyrics, everybody thought it was about the Twilight movie, and it wasn't. I had the whole idea about a dead person, spirit trying to be with an earthly person, and everybody thought it was Twilight, and some kids would even make their own videos of Daylight Dies over the Twilight movie. And I don't like that movie. I saw it, and I think it sucks, but what do I know? But story-wise, it is similar to a person that can't be with an earthly person. And I guess my timing was either good or bad, depending on how you look at it.
Right. All right, addicts, check this out. This is When Daylight Dies from Heaven Below, and we'll be right back with more Patrick. Check this out.
Still I count the days and nights since I survived. This lonely abyss is the place I've learned to hide. But the memories conflict with the story I keep in my mind. When reality comes over me like darkness to blind, I can't live without your love, and I can't die. Still I'll stand
All right, addicts, we're back with Patrick Kennison from Heaven and Below. Patrick, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. It's hot up in here, but I guess that's how we get the rock done. You get the heat cranking up over here.
Sweet, man, sweet. Now, when did you first start playing guitar, man? When did you know that this is what you wanted to do for a living?
Oh, man, by the time I was 11 or 12, my mom bought me Shout at the Devil, and my older brothers had Kiss, and I had Motley Crue when I was a little kid, you know, and my brother's like, oh, that's a rip-off of Kiss, and I said, I don't care about that. They play Looks That Kill. And I was always the awkward kid. I couldn't do sports. I was the girly boy. I wasn't the theater drama kind of guy. I sucked at school, and my parents got me a guitar. That same old story. And I took to it very quickly. And my mom got me lessons. And as soon as I was playing like parts of the Shout at the Devil album, and Ride the Lightning was one of the other albums I got. Everybody's like, whoa, you're good at that. And then suddenly it seems like I almost became cool. And, you know, as a kid, you listen to music, and then when you realize that you can play your favorite band's song and do it well, it's pretty inspiring. And so by the time I was 14, my mom was really sweet. She bought me a Marshall half stack, and I had a band with some other kids. And we played Battle of the Bands, and we won a couple. And I used to win those little guitar wars that they'd have when I was in high school, the local guitar wars. And, you know, it just kept me out of trouble. And it was like it was just an ultimate high to try and learn, you know, sweep arpeggios, you know, or and to write your own songs. You know, it's just the world at that point.
Now, how about the first song you can remember learning to play?
I definitely remember Looks That Kill, because I had to the guitar. My teacher told me to tune the guitar down. I remember playing the solo to Red Hot, and my band at the time played our high school dance. We were like the little interlude in between the middle school dance it was. And our singer was suspended, so I had to sing Red Hot. And our drummer was awesome, this buddy of mine, who still helps Heaven Below. He could play the double bass, and I had to sing Red Hot, and I was so fucking scared. And we went out there and played it, and when I heard the double bass, and you know, and I had my guitar was through my Marshall half stack, I just sang it. And of course, my voice was high and shitty, so I did great Vince Neil at the time. And that was my first real experience playing in front of people. And yeah, it's funny that I didn't stay singing. I wanted to shred. I didn't want to sing. I only sang because my friend was suspended. And I'm full circle now. I'm a singer again, and I'm not in middle school at the dance.
Right. Now, who would you say your musical influences are?
I love mostly old school stuff. I have 6 older brothers and sisters that played all kinds of music in the house. So I grew up on Judas Priest. I remember hearing Aerosmith, like literally getting out of the crib hearing Aerosmith. But by the time I discovered my own bands, I remember I saw Alice in Chains open for Extreme in the early 90s. I had a fake ID, and I got in. I saw Alice in Chains, and I thought they were amazing. They reminded me of my brother's favorite band, Black Sabbath, only they had vocal harmonies. And I remember discovering White Zombie. I went to that White Zombie Pantera show in like 96. That was a game changer. I was like, okay, music is heavy, and it's big arena rock, and it's metal. So I remember that being a big game changer.
Cool, man, cool. Now, when you're not writing, touring, rehearsing, hanging out with the band, what do you do for a day off, man? What do you enjoy doing?
Of course, I relocated out here to Los Angeles in like 2003. I love going to the beach. I'm a beach guy. I don't surf or anything like that, but the beach is kind of my zen place. And, you know, I'm an immature guy. I still like to play video games on the Xbox, on my big flat screen in my living room. Stuff like that. I mean, music is everything, but, you know, little things like that give me a little rest and things. But, you know, in my head, I'm still 17, so that's all I got.
Cool, man. Now, what's the most rock star thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh, man. Well, I hate bringing up Union Underground, but, man, we had some good times. I remember playing the Ozfest. I remember Marilyn Manson picking us to go on his Guns, God, and Government tour. And the first night in Chicago, we were in our dressing room, and we all said, man, Manson ain't going to even come and meet us. He's not even going to care about us. we're probably going to see him at catering at the end of the tour. And dude, this was like a movie. And then there was a knock on the door 10 minutes before we went on. It was Manson and all his get up, him and Twiggy, to introduce themselves and tell us how much they liked the band. And I kind of felt like a rock star because an icon was telling me how great my band was. And when stuff like that happens, you kind of check yourself, you know, and it happens in Heaven Below, whether it's Ben Moody producing or, you know, my boy DJ Ashba or Nikki Sixx throwing us props or Papa Roach. When a bigger rock star than you goes, y'all are badass, you kind of feel like a rock star. And I think that's when it happens for me.
Sweet, man. That's pretty cool. Now, do you have any Spinal Tap moments you want to talk about?
Oh, Heaven Below has an insane Spinal Tap thing. We're known for having rotating drummers. We just auditioned for our 4th drummer yesterday. It'll be drummer number 4. And that's our most Spinal Tap thing. And, you know, Jesse, John, and I, we're pretty easy to get along with. We're immature, but we always have problems with drummers. And whether it's they don't want to tour or they have other commitments or there's something happens, and we're determined to break that cycle. So, you know, it's like the Spinal Tap movie, the green globule that drummer explodes. But we auditioned some great guys yesterday, so I'm hoping pretty soon here we're going to have somebody. We got shows coming up, and we honestly don't know who's on drums, but me, Jesse, and John went and had a beer last night after the auditions, and I think we got some good ideas.
Cool, cool. Now, the next song I want to play is Falling from Zero. What can you tell us about it?
That's the title track off our new album. That song, for me, when I wrote it, it's just about struggling with life and what you're trying to achieve. And if you're not facing hard times and if you're not struggling, you are doing something wrong. You're either lazy, complacent, or not living. You have to be going against the grain in some part of your life. And Falling from Zero is just the struggle for me of being in a band and trying to get out there to have your art work. And that's the whole story behind the song. Just persevere, keep going. If you're comfortable, something's wrong.
Cool, man. All right, addicts, check this out. This is Falling from Zero from Heaven Below, and we'll be right back with more Patrick. Check it out.
Only I'm seeing red.
All right, addicts, we're back with Patrick Kennison from Heaven Below. Patrick, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Burning it up on the West Coast.
Cool, man. Cool. Now you have the new CD out. Has your music evolved since you first got together up until now, man?
Absolutely. I think our first album, Countdown to Devil, then we have that self-titled EP, and now we have Falling from Zero. There's been a progression for us. We get bored easily, so not that we're going to go progressive or rush on anybody, but our stuff has definitely got a little more intricate, like some of the drum stuff, and we've worked in more of our shred solos that we like. And vocally, I've gotten even more comfortable being the front man, so I'll go for stuff that I never would have done on Countdown to Devil. And it's just about having fun. You know, we just want to be entertained just like anybody else. So sometimes that'll mean pushing the boundaries on a song even further that we never knew we would do.
Cool, man. Now, what advice would you have for bands just starting out?
Perseverance and more perseverance, man. There is no immediate gratification except for enjoying your instrument and singing your vocals and doing your drums. There is no other instant gratification. So don't go out there and expect that a record label is going to sign you right away and that all these fans are going to line up to come see you. People are so inundated, like I was saying earlier, with new bands and media. It takes them a while to catch up to realize, oh, that band, oh, it's that song, that one I heard on Keep It Metal or the one that I heard on the Music Choice. So you just got to keep persevering. Remember, it takes people a little while. They don't always know, you know. It's like when we were kids and Appetite for Destruction came out. You heard Welcome from the Jungle, but you didn't know that was going to be some huge band. You just thought it was cool with the guitar solo. And that's how people are with new bands. They don't always know right away, you know. Right,
man. Now, are you guys on a label? Are you looking for one?
We are looking for a big label to really take us under their wing and get us more exposure. But all we are now is a label imprint, and we've got a distribution deal in Europe that we got on our own without any manager or anything. And the industry's changed so much. You know, there's bands like Flyleaf or, oh my God, you know, Black Veil Brides. There's so many new bands that are doing things unconventional as opposed to how it was like in the early 2000s. So we're not expecting a big label to hand us $500,000 with a cigar. You know, that those days are kind of gone.
Right.
But the good news is when somebody buys a Heaven Below album off of iTunes or gets us to #1 on TradeBit or Amazon, we actually get a lot of that money. That $10 that people spend, we'll get like $8 of that. When I was signed to a major label, I'll go ahead and tell the truth, you get less than $1 for a CD that somebody buys from Walmart. The label, the distributor, manufacturing, they get all the rest of that. And that's the cool thing about being indie. You can sell way less records and make the same money. You know, 58 cents on a CD, I laughed when I found out that was the rate for Union Underground. But there was so much exposure. It's everywhere in the world, and at Target, Walmart, and, you know, whatever else was open at the time. But I'm proud to say when somebody buys a Heaven Below record, we see almost all that money. So we're not greedy. We're glad that we're steering the ship.
Right. Now, let's touch a little bit about the internet, man, because it's not like back in the day when you're walking from pole to pole, hanging flyers, man. How has the internet helped you guys these days?
Oh, it's immensely helpful. The first thing that comes to mind is when we did the charity song, The Mirror Never Lies. Jacoby from Papa Roach loved it, and the whole band, they all embraced it, and they posted the video on their website and on their Facebook for us, because they're involved with that charity too. And the amount of views and hits that we got on our YouTube channel within 1 week, it was thousands upon thousands. I don't remember the number, but it was a large number for us. And then we see our iTunes numbers, and all our sales go up immediately. And I thought to myself, you know, in the Union Underground days when I was signed to Columbia, the only way that kind of thing happened is when they put a commercial on MTV or they would put you on an Ozfest tour. And here, Jacoby just got it done in one posting. and got crazy numbers. So yeah, the internet is the new post, out on the with the flyer,
Right.
And we treat it special. We have a new video we're working on for Dodging a Bullet, and it's a little bit cutting edge, I like to say. And we've been working on it for a few months, and it's going to be done. We're shooting the rest of it next Sunday. We're going to be done with it, and we'll do the post-production. We're going to treat that video just like a flyer or just like a song on a radio. It would go to radio, and we're going to have a whole internet campaign for it, and it's just going with the changes, The days of how it was 10 years ago are gone.
Right. Now, what's the ultimate goal for Heaven Below, man? Where do you guys see yourself in like 5 years?
We would love to get out on the road with some of our friends and those bands we were talking about. We're working towards that. I want to have a badass catalog of albums under our belt. I want people to be able to say, like I say about Pantera, I love hanging out with metalheads, and you go, Far Beyond Driven, and then somebody else goes, Southern Trendkill. And that time that they were around, they were like the AC/DC of their movement just for a short time. And if Heaven Below even got just a little bit of that, I'd be really happy. I would lose my mind to hear people argue over which one of our albums was better. And it's not really a numerical thing. It's just a vibe thing. I want people to go, wow, that band has put out a badass catalog of albums. Whether it's big or not, I think is secondary. I mean, of course, you want the most amount of people to hear it, but, when I listen to old school bands like Accept, I love Accept, and I love their new singer. I get mad that it's not more popular in the United States, even though it is everywhere else. But the truth is, when I go to the show and I'm wearing my shirt and I'm in my car driving, I enjoy the fuck out of that stuff. And that's all I want from other people, is just to enjoy us the way I enjoy Accept or, Alice in Chains.
Cool, man, cool. Now, you have any upcoming shows?
Yeah, we had we're doing a benefit show this month in a couple weeks at the House of Blues in Anaheim. All you locals got to come out. And then in November, we're opening up for the new Queen Strike with the new singer. We're doing that at the Hollywood House of Blues. And hopefully early next year, we'll get on a real tour. That's what we're working towards. There's a lot, as everybody knows, a lot of politics involved. People always say, why aren't you opening up on the Warped Tour or the Mayhem or the Uproar? Well, there's a lot of labels and bands and politics going on. It's hard to get a band that's not on a major label a great slot. It's hard just to get on there. But I think we're inching closer to it because we do have some heavy hitters that are looking out for us. And that's what we want to do in the first quarter next year.
Cool, man. Now, where can the listeners find Heaven Below?
Of course, our main central hub is heavenbelow.com. Of course, we're on the Facebook. I don't know the URL, but it's on Facebook. It's Heaven Below, the official band page. And then we have a YouTube channel that's youtube.com/Heaven Below Music. Of course, we're on the Reverb Nation, reverbnation.com/Heaven Below. And it's actually us on there talking to fans. People always, oh, wow, I can't believe I'm really talking to you. And I'm like, what are we going to do? I'm not going to hire a bunch of kids to pretend they're me. Of course it's going to be.
Right. Cool, man. Now, the last song I want to play is The Mirror Never Lies. This is a song you wrote for a children's charity?
Yep. Our buddy Bones Elias, who was on drums at the time, still a great friend, he got us and Jacoby, like Proper Oach, like I said, and Richard from Filter, Head from used to be in Korn, 3 Days Grace. He got all these bands together to help this charity out, and the charity needed a theme song, and Bones asked me if I wanted to make a stab at writing it, and I was like, dude, children, a kid having a hard time, struggling, I can write that easy. I'm not saying that's me, I'm just saying that's an easy subject to attack and put some energy in, and it's got great response, and I think a lot of people got behind the cause, and we're proud to be involved with stuff like that.
Cool, man, cool. Now, Patrick, I want to thank you for calling in tonight, brother. It was so kick-ass of you.
Awesome, brother. Thank you for having us, man. Thank you for supporting Heaven Below and all the badass new bands you're playing.
Cool, man. You want to take us into the last song?
Yeah. Hey, this is The Mirror Never Lies from Heaven Below. You're listening to Billy. You got to keep it metal.
darkest dreams I see. My reflection fading. It's hypnotizing till everything you've done to me has overcome. Still you dig your fingers in, though the torture never ends. Then you crawl back inside, heal this body crucified. Broken angel, falling farther, with your hands around my throat. You said keep it down now, so no one hears us. You can hide it, but the mirror never lies. It's getting hard to believe this altered sense of reality. Broken hearted and swallowed.